A couple of weeks ago, I was in Costa Rica for a mastermind meeting with a bunch of my online entrepreneur buddies. I know, lucky me, right? Sometimes I still cannot believe that this is my life. And the planners of the meeting said that they were going to take us out on a catamaran ride. And then they said that we're going to have the chance to jump off the top of the catamaran right into the Pacific Ocean. And I'm like, oh my God, like talk about a once in a lifetime opportunity. And it sounded like so much fun. So I'm like, yes, 100% count me in. And for the whole week, I was so looking forward to the catamaran ride and jumping off the top of the catamaran. And I kept on asking them, who's gonna jump? Are you gonna jump? I'm gonna jump, I'm super excited. So when they bring us out to the open sea, just a romantic way of saying the deadly ocean, they open up the platform for jumping. And so I run up to the third story of this catamaran and I'm super excited and I get right to the ledge and my body was like, nope, we are not jumping. And this tug of war started in my brain where part of my brain was like, Heather, you can totally do this. You did natural childbirth. Like, this is going to be so much easier. And then another part of my brain is like, Heather, you are not going to do this. You did natural childbirth at a hospital in Denver. So it's a completely different kind of experience. And then my brain would say, no, come on. Like, this is something you're really going to like push through and talk about. And then another part of my brain is like, no, your bathing suit top is going to fall off and someone you really admire and respect is going to see your boob. You cannot jump off this boat. And so it was too much for me. So I thought, well, I'm just going to take a step back and watch other people jump and see how that goes and just sort of get a feel for the technique. Turns out there's not a whole lot of technique. You just need to decide whether or not you're going to hold your nose. And then I was like, of course, watching them, I'm like, okay, Heather, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. And so I get right up to the ledge and all of a sudden, nope. My body was like, you are not going to jump. And that tug of war started in my brain again. And the whole natural childbirth thing came up and I was like, no, this doesn't even make sense. And so I was like, no, I'm just not going to be able to do it. Like, this is just not happening. And as I started to step back, I started to hear some people saying, Heather, Heather. And they started to cheer me on and like, you can do this. And I turn around and it is all my friends from my mastermind. And feeling literally their support, feeling them literally cheering me on and know that these people like me and some even love me, believe it or not. I felt so seen and supported. So I jumped right off the side of that boat. And it was amazing. First of all, the idea of just facing a fear and just busting right through it. And secondly, swimming in the Pacific Ocean in beautiful Costa Rica. I even had some interesting business conversations because, you know, online entrepreneurs, we're always talking about business, even in the ocean. And so it was really an amazing experience. And I learned something that having the support of my community did not make the scary thing any less scary. It just made doing the scary thing doable. And I'm like, wow, that is a lesson for life. That is a lesson for business. So this is your PSA. If you're an online entrepreneur or an entrepreneur, just a human being in general, find a community of people who know you and like you and who will support you because you're gonna be able to do crazy, scary things like jump 3 stories off a catamaran right into the Pacific Ocean. And if you're wondering, did her bathing suit top come off? The answer is yes. And only one person saw my boob, but joke's on him because it wasn't even my good one.